What's up, everybody? This is the Sports Nerd coming at you live on this very, very lovely Friday, wherever you are. And we have some very breaking news here on the air. Quinton Dunbar is now innocent due to lack of significant evidence from his case. But it is not. I'm not here alone, so I'm going to bring him on, the person I have for a special guest, in just 1 second. But just a quick reminder that if you guys enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe, ring that bell to get notified of all my other videos, and share this out with your friends to let them know what is going on this channel. But without further ado, let's bring on my special guest, actually winner of one of the randomizers here. That is Nick Lebeau. Nick Lebeau, how are you doing, man? I think you're muted, actually, if you want to unmute yourself.
I'm good.
There you go.
I'm unmuted, okay.
I told him to mute to start the show, but that is not, I did not mean to say that to you, but great, you're unmuted now, great to see you here, and what's some shocking news to start the day, actually?
Yeah, very shocking. I was laying in bed just getting up, and then I checked my phone, and Twitter's blowing up.
I don't know why, but like whenever I get a notification from ESPN, actually I don't think ESPN has actually even notified yet that he actually has not been innocent yet. But
Yeah.
what I think it is that the thing with this innocent, I think a lot with him being innocent, which I think a lot of people are not going to understand, is he is innocent because he's not going to face any charges, which does not mean that he's completely immune from basically anything. Like, he can still be suspended. He still may not be able to participate in training camp, but we still think he is going to. But what are your predictions? I'm going to throw the floor over to you, Nick, first. What are your predictions first for what is going to happen to him right now since he is innocent?
Well, I think what's going to happen is I think he'll be removed from the commissioner's exempt list, but then Roger Goodell will throw him a 6 to possibly 8 game suspension for the beginning of the season. And then, because like Jaron Reed last year, here's an example. He had like a before he was drafted. He was never charged or arrested for it, yet he still got a 6 game suspension. So that's kind of what I predict for Quinton Dunbar, and we'll just have to see.
I think that I think he will get moved off the exempt list for sure. It's just that the amount of suspension, I do think it will be between 6 and 8 games, but could it be greater? I mean, if there's like some severe reason that they have proof that they think it could be longer than that, then it would be longer than 6 to 8 games, which I do agree with you on there. But in other words, I'm saying that the exact amount I'm going to give him a 7 game suspension. Because it's right in the middle. We don't have a lot of evidence there. So, like, if it's like a little bit like on the lesser severe side, I would give him 6. Somewhere in the middle, maybe 7. And then if it's a severe reason, I would give him 8. But that is something on that. But now let's look over to the defensive side of things, how it's going to affect that. What are your predictions for him for when he is going to play, whether he has a suspension or not? How do you think he will impact on the field, do you think?
Well, I think, like we saw with Jaron Reed last season, he's going to be he's not going to come back at his fullest. He's going to take some time to really, be the Quinton Dunbar that he was in Washington, which is like pretty much a lockdown corner. So I think he may have he'll probably have a solid season. He won't have his best season. He won't have his worst season. But I think Trey Flowers will be pretty solid. I think he's been working hard this offseason, and I think he'll be solid for those maybe 6 games that Dunbar's not on the field.
I think that's probably one of my biggest questions heading into this offseason was because of this quote-unquote if he's innocent or not, which we now know that he is. How is Trey Flowers going to react? And I think that he's not the best caliber for that position, if you had to say that. But I think that he does have a lot of interceptions. Because of those guys, a lot of those interceptions came from him. There we go. Sorry about that. As I was saying, I think that I have him, he'll get some interceptions, I think, for some of those games. But he won't get a lot of meaningful, like, prime, like in his prime, like when the game's on the line, he's on his prime kind of plays, because I think that he's not that guy that you always can rely on for like a hard hit interception at the time when they need it most. He still can pick off the ball a lot, which I think he will do that. But I think that he's not going to be one of those guys that's going to always like you can always rely on for that. So that is my take on that for sure. But yeah, before I actually do you have anything else to add on that, or do you think you got everything you want out there?
Yeah, so I agree with what you said there. You know, he led the Seahawks in interceptions last season with 4, I believe, and that was mainly 3 or 4. And that was mainly because people knew that it was easier for wide receivers to blow by him, so they were just constantly throwing him over, and he was just ending up with those easy type of interceptions. I think that with Dunbar, you know, the charges getting dropped, I think he's going to be like, okay, I really got to work my butt off and prove that I'm still worth that starting position. I think he'll probably get probably 2 interceptions, maybe 3. But yeah, I don't think he'll be that ball hawk cornerback.
I think that I also agree with you there. He won't be like a ball hawk, because if you think of what Quinton Dunbar is going to do in there for the team, he can probably be like the ball hawk. He'll kind of be like the Richard Sherman, the Richard Sherman tip, and then Malcolm Smith interception. I always get those two confused, but
yeah.
I think that he will be sort of like the ball hawk Dunbar in there. Trey Flowers will not be the ball hawk. He's just a guy that if he's near the ball, he probably will pick it off if he has the hands that he usually should have.
Yeah.
And then, again, I think that Dunbar will also have probably a lot of, because he can probably play a lot of, because if you know what Dunbar can do, he usually acted as a gunner, if you remember early on.
Yep.
And so he knows a lot of, actually he started out as a receiver, actually, I think.
Yes.
So he knows a lot of those routes, which is also a really great thing about him. So,
and that's what Richard Sherman was.
Yeah, Richard Sherman was also and he was also very great for that reason also. So I think that he's just going to be like that, but I think that he may have the potential to be a little bit better, although I feel like Sherman may have been the better player here because he was like the OG of this one. But I think you still have a very great corner in him, and I think you guys are going to still have a very, very talented corner for years to come.
Hope so. Yeah, I think the ball hawks will be probably, in the end, Dunbar and Quandre Diggs, and then those kind of tackling guys will be our starting cornerback one, Shaquille Griffin and Jamal Adams.
Yep, I can't agree on that with you more. So before I do actually kind of wrap this up, I want to just give you the chance, Nick, to talk a little bit about your channel a little bit, where they can find you, and how much you upload and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so my channel is Seattle Sports Talk. I believe you have the link down below.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, the link's below. I've kind of taken a little break because I'm working on rebranding it with one of my friends, and I'm going to eventually turn it into more of a podcast type. So more news on that will come. And then, yeah, if you guys didn't already know, which I assume most of you did, I'm going to be on this Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Yep, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern.
With Sports Nerd on his first roundtable, so that'll be pretty exciting. And yeah.
I can't wait to see you there also. So, again, thank you all so much for watching this quick little update for you guys. I mean, quick little breaking news segment from very shocking update, and also a quick update from the Baker standpoint here. He was charged with armed robbery, so he's the one that is going to be charged here. Dunbar was innocent, so if that clears up a little bit of it, there you go, and that is who's being charged and who is not.
Yeah, Baker, I think his minimum, if he gets convicted, the minimum sentence is 10 years. The maximum is life. So he's pretty. If he gets charged with 4 counts of armed robbery, that's his career's down the drain, which probably already is.
I feel like it already was down the drain before.
Yeah.
But thank you all so much for watching. Again,
thank you.
Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell. And until next time. My name is the
Yeah,
Sports
thank you for
Nerd.
having me on, Sports Nerd.
Oh, it's my pleasure, man. And go Chiefs, everybody. There we go.